Good morning, I'm Jacqueline Matter. It is 4 a.m. on this Thursday, August 6th. Thanks for starting your morning with us right here on Fox 5 and streaming on Fox Local. Here's what's happening today. It's shaping up to be a hot one. DMV temperatures in the 90s, but it'll feel much hotter. Taylor tracking your out the door forecast. Plus, the back and forth continues over the reflecting pool. Dropped vandalism charges now causing tension within the Trump administration. This as the attorney for one of the accused says the legal fight is not over. And a flying fee, the airline that will soon charge to use its overhead bins. Your news at 4 starts right now. Good morning. Glad to have you here with us on this Thursday as we get one day closer to the weekend. Checking in with Taylor. The rain showers, I felt like I was dodging them all day yesterday. Much of the same today, or a little change in regards to that?
It should be a little bit better, but we're still going to keep the high humidity, unfortunately, out there. So no relief in sight in terms of that, but it won't be nearly as wet as what we dealt with yesterday. So we'll even start the day out with some sunshine. It'll be a hot and humid one, hotter than yesterday as temperatures return to the 90s. We'll keep the high humidity around 2, which will make it feel like over 100 degrees. Still a chance for some pop-up storms as well, so we'll talk more about that coming up. Jacqueline?
Taylor, thank you. A status hearing happening today for Catherine Hoggle, the Montgomery County mother accused of murdering her 2 young children. A judge will rule whether Hoggle's attorneys can pursue a not criminally responsible defense that is similar to an insanity defense. The Maryland mother expected to stand trial, but no date has been set. Hoggle was the last to see 3-year-old Sarah and 2-year-old Jacob alive back in 2014. Their bodies have never been found. Hoggle was deemed mentally competent to stand trial last year. D.C. police investigating a deadly shooting in Northwest. Police say a man was found shot inside of a home last night on 41st Street in Glover Park. He was pronounced dead at the scene. No word on any suspects or motive. Critics of Maryland's new juvenile justice reform say the suspects in a deadly crash in Germantown will likely get a pass because of their ages. That crash involved 7 children in a stolen car at the intersection of Clopper Road and Great Seneca Highway. 58-year-old Vance Payne was killed in that crash. The father of 5 from Berryville, Virginia, was headed to work when police say a stolen Kia Optima slammed into his vehicle. Police say 4 girls and 3 boys ages 12 to 15 were in that stolen car. The driver, a 13-year-old boy. The bus driver charged in a deadly I-95 crash in Stafford County now out on bond. Jing Dong now staying at a home in Northern Virginia as a condition of his bail. He's been charged with 5 counts of involuntary manslaughter in the May crash that killed 5 people and injured dozens more. The NTSB now investigating a safety incident involving Marine One and a commercial flight at Reagan National Airport. The New York Times reporting that Marine One came within less than a mile of a passenger jet right above Washington on Tuesday afternoon. Marine One took off from the White House apparently without air traffic controllers halting any commercial flights at Reagan. The safety step was implemented after last year's deadly mid-air collision over the Potomac. The White House says at no point was the president in harm's way. The FAA now says they're reviewing that incident. Former Olympian David Hearn has been cleared of vandalizing the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool, but his team says that legal fight is far from over. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro dropping that indictment last week after new evidence showed that the damage was instead from shoddy repair work. The case against Hearn was dismissed without prejudice. His attorney now working to dismiss it with prejudice to ensure that he cannot be charged again.
It's quite clear. The facts of the case. It's quite clear that the government has acted in bad faith. And it's also quite clear the other element that we have to get into is to show that there's a level of a potential for harassment or for bad faith here against our client. And we've certainly seen that. This was a politically motivated prosecution from day one.
Hearn's legal team says that the lawsuit against the government is not off the table once that motion is settled. Fox 5 has reached out to the White House and DOJ for comment, but have not yet heard back. Coming up at 4:30, our Melanie Alnwick will have more in a live report. Meantime, the case now causing tension within the Trump administration. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche said that President Trump has a right to be frustrated with the damage, but he went on to say that Pirro is, quote, doing a great job. The Senate expected to confirm Blanche as permanent Attorney General sometime later this week. FIFA now apologizing for a failed plan to sell stakes in the World Cup to public equity. Following a crisis meeting in Morocco, World Soccer's governing body attempted to present a unified front amid the turbulence. FIFA said senior staff have reaffirmed their support for embattled President Gianni Infantino, despite mounting calls for him to step down. In a statement, FIFA says mistakes made were acknowledged and that the process should have been handled differently.